Welcome to this tutorial on how to add custom music to BPM bullets per minute. Thanks to our new custom music update, BPM now supports variable tempos, so you're now able to add your own user-created music into BPM. Shoot, dodge and dash to the beat of your own soundtrack. There's a little bit of prep work we need to do to ensure your music files are compatible with BPM. Firstly, you will need an audio editing program. We recommend Audacity as we'll be using it in this tutorial, and it's also free. Okay, so secondly, you will need your music file. Let's drag this into Audacity, and let's take a listen. Great, our music track works. Step 2. You'll need to find the beats per minute, or tempo, of your music. This step is very important and vital for making this work. Now that we know our tempo, we need to make sure that our music track is perfectly in time from the point of hitting play. To do this, we need to use a metronome or a click track. Audacity can generate one for us. Firstly, right-click and add mono track. Then to add a metronome, we go to Generate, Rhythm Track. All you need to do here is change the tempo to your music's tempo. You can also make the click track longer by changing the number of bars. So now we have our track above, and below is our metronome. I'll just zoom in and go to the start of the track. BPM assumes that the start of the beat is the very second that the music plays. The metronome we have just added plays the very second I hit play, so this helps us see if our music track is in time. Okay, so before doing any prep work, I'm going to play the track and see if it's in time without me having to change anything. It's as I suspected, it's out of time. This is okay, as our next step will correct this. You'll find the large majority of music files won't be in time right from the start, although you may find some that are. All we need to do is line up the first beat of our music track with a beat on the metronome track. All we need to do is drag the track to be in line with the metronome beat. Now I'll press play and let's see what happens. Now our track is perfectly in time with the beat. At this point, you can delete the metronome track as we no longer need it. So now your track is ready to be exported, but first let's just talk about a couple of potential issues that you may come across during our previous steps. The first issue is you may have been given the wrong tempo. I'm going to add a metronome with the wrong tempo to show you what it sounds like. This song is 80 BPM, but I'm going to set it to 81 BPM. Now I'm just going to repeat the previous steps by lining it up with the metronome track. You may find when the track starts, it sounds like it's in time, but it slowly drifts out of time. Yep, it's slowly drifting out of time. This is a sign that it's the incorrect tempo, so it's very important that you find the correct tempo. You may also find the music is drifting out of time if you encounter issue 2, which is the music that you are using wasn't originally recorded to a metronome. If your music wasn't originally recorded with a metronome, then it won't hold a consistent tempo and will go in and out of time. This means that the track is not compatible with BPM. Okay, let's move on to step 3. Now that our music track is ready, it's time to export the file. In Audacity, go to File, Export, and it's very important that you export your file as a .wav file. You can use MP3 files, but you may run into some issues later on, so we recommend the .wav file. You can name your file whatever you want, but it's very important that you add the tempo into the file name. This is how BPM knows what the tempo of your track is. Our music file is now ready, so let's move on to step 4. Open up the directory where you installed BPM, then go to Windows No Editor, BPM, and you should see a new folder there called Custom Soundtrack. Now I'll explain what all of these folders do. If you would like to play certain music tracks in certain levels, you can do that by placing the music files in each level folder. However, if you just want one global folder with all your music, you can just put them all in the default folder. BPM will choose one of the tracks at random and loop the track until you reach the next level. Okay, so now it's time to enable custom music in BPM. You will only be able to toggle custom music on or off at the main menu. Once that's toggled on, then just start a new game. And that's how you get your custom tracks to work in BPM bullets per minute. If you're having any trouble getting this to work, in the description is a link to our unofficial Discord server where there will be people who will be happy to help you out.